Okay, I have an original effect for you today that has never been seen before. It involves 16 cards, whose identities you'll see at the end. So if you were here, I'd have you mix these cards thoroughly, okay? I want to assure you there's no duplicates or any kind of crazy thing like that. Okay, so once you're satisfied with the mixing of the cards, what I need you to do is deal out half the cards and then drop the other half as a second pile. So with 16 cards, it would be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's the second pile of 8. Now, what I need you to do is point to either one of the piles. Maybe you'll point to this one. So what I need you to do is take a look at and remember the identity of this card here. Ooh, that's a nice card at random. So this is your special card to remember. Now, as the performer, I wouldn't know this. I wouldn't see this, right, in the actual performance. But the card that you need to remember as the spectator is the Ace of Spades, okay? And then just carefully place it back down on top, and now bury it underneath the other packet of 8. Now, I want you to think about this. The randomizing of the cards by way of a table wash that you helped me with, and then we gathered those up, and then we just dealt out the top 8. You chose the top card of either pile as your special card, and then we buried it. Now, there's really no way for me or anyone to know the identity of the top card here, because that came by way of a random process involving the original 16 cards. Okay, so let's just take a look at what card has risen to the top. It looks like it's the 6 of clubs. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something that's never been done before, to my knowledge. We're going to spell 6 of clubs in a very interesting way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Klondike pairs of cards to the table for each letter in the name 6 of clubs. So let me just show you. So S, I, X, drop the rest on top. So that's 6. O, F, okay, so that's of course. And then I think it was clubs, right? C, L, U, B, S. Okay, now that will surely bring a different card to the top. It has indeed. It's the 10 of hearts. We'll go ahead and do that spelling for this card as well. So T, E, N. So 10, and then of, O, F, and I believe it was hearts. So it's H, E, A, R, T. Drop the rest on top. Okay, so just to talk to you as the future performer, you can have the spectator continue to reveal the top card with you spelling it as many times as they would like until they feel comfortable that the cards really should be beyond the knowledge of anybody. Okay, so maybe we'll just do it a third time to keep the tutorial from being too long. So what came to the top? Oh, 6 of diamonds. Okay, so we'll go ahead and spell out 6 of diamonds. So S, I, X, 6. And then we'll do of, O, F. Drop those on top. And then I think it was diamonds. So it's a lot of cards here. T, I, A, M, O, N, D, S. In fact, it's all of them being Klondike to the table. Okay, and now at this point, what we're going to do is use the Klondike Shuffle, believe it or not, to reveal the identity of the card that you randomly arrived at when you chose that top card of one of the piles of 8. In fact, all I'm going to do is kind of repeat what I just did. It just happens to be that diamonds has 8 letters in its name, so you end up Klondike shuffling all of them. So I just Klondike all of the cards to the table, which brings me to a final pair. And so for the first time, I'm going to reveal to you that I have in fact found the identity of your card. Isn't that amazing? What's that? That's not your card? Are you sure? Well, I'm pretty sure you're right because your card is sitting right there. Okay, so how does this work? You just do everything that I did. Now let me just reveal the secret of the cards involved. You need the ace, 2, 6, and 10 of all 4 suits. And that will give you a total of 16 cards. Okay? And then these can truly be randomized. They truly can. Okay? Now, the grand secret is the fact that relative to this card spelling system, one of the positions, or the card in one of these positions, is a fixed point relative to spelling any of those 16 card names. And that card position is 9, the 9th position. So when I had you, see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, break up the cards, divide them into 2 equal halves of 8, and then you chose the top card of either one. This would be your special card. Wow, you're choosing some nice cards today. Ace of diamonds, maybe we'll leave it face up so we can see kind of what's going on. And then I had you bury it. Well, the fact is, your card is now in the 9th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th position from the top. Well, I'm claiming that that card won't go anywhere if you spell an ace, 2, 6, 10 of any of the 4 suits using the card handling system that I've shown you here. So for example, we would have taken a look at the top card. Wow, aces everywhere. Ace of hearts, and then we would have spelled out ace of hearts like this by using the Klondike shuffle. So A, C, E, drop the rest on top, O, F for of, and then I believe it was hearts. So that would be H, E, A, R, T, S. Drop the rest on top. And as I can show you here, your card has not moved. It's been returned to the 9th position from the top. So when we finish, once you've spelled out several card names to the satisfaction of the spectator, from there you just do a final Klondike shuffle. And if you think about where that card is, it's in the 9th position. So it's going to be the bottom card of the final pair. Okay, so your card is going to be the bottom card of this final pair. Now, normally it's face down, right? And so however you would like to reveal it from this point, I decided to do kind of a miscall, I guess. And I can say, wow, isn't it amazing that we actually found your card? Well, we did actually. We found your card from before, but this isn't your new card. And then the spectator will look at you and say, like, that's not my card, or something of that sort. And then you can say, well, I was certain it wasn't your card because your card is sitting right here. And then you just turn it over and watch their eyes go big. So anyway, that's the secret. It's another fixed point driven performance that's guaranteed to work every time. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll add a link to other card spelling routines if you want to look at those. I'll add a link to them in the description below, a playlist in fact. So take a look at those if you'd like to see more effects of this kind. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.